Hey everybody, this is George Brasher with Shakedown of Thunder Sports, and you're about to watch the two Irish brothers. Go Irish.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Irish Benjamin 57,
And I'm ND Sean 45.
and together we are the two Irish brothers. And where to start with this one? This was absolutely a disappointment, a letdown, and everything in between. Um, the Irish once again do not make the necessary adjustments nor the necessary preparations to compete with a team of the likes of Alabama.
And what more can be said? Definitely a disappointing way to end the season. Disappointing way to end our first year here doing this program of ours. And it just goes, Ben, it just goes to show yet again that the game is played on the field, not in the stat book. But you know something, I got to be honest with you. I'm still proud of our guys. I'm really proud of them. They fought hard. They kept it. They kept with it. They didn't quit. They didn't give up. And with everything that's been going on, you can't help but still be proud of them despite all the crap that's been said. And let me be honest with you, Ben. And you might not like this. Hell, I probably won't like this myself, but I'm just being completely honest here. A lot of our viewers probably won't like this, but the the game is not the biggest thing that I'm embarrassed about yesterday. The main thing that I'm embarrassed about is our fan base. At least half of it anyway. Whatever percentage you want to say. But all the constant negativity of our own fan base and how they treated our own team in this whole process. An absolute joke. And this is why our fan base is seen as an absolute joke amongst a lot of other fan bases in college football. We from day one. Not day. When I say day one, I mean the start of the postseason and championship week and all that. We lose to Clemson, and damn near half our fan base turns their back on the team from that point. We get announced as the fourth team in the playoffs. That same half of our fan base is embarrassed. Well, not embarrassed, but disappointed, I mean. Disappointed that we actually make the playoffs. And ever since then, it's been from these people in our fan base, nonstop talk about, oh, we don't have a shot in this. Bama's going to kill us. We don't deserve to be in the playoff. And this is coming from our own damn fan base. I mean, I was looking on our Twitter page yesterday, and it's just an absolute joke. Well, something to all the haters, to all the quote unquote realists, and I've heard that term nonstop since we were announced for the playoffs. Which realist is just another term for, hey, I'm gonna quit on my team because I'm a shit ass fan. I hope you're happy. You get to be right. You get to be right. And if you are that kind of fan, you're a shit fan, get the hell out of the fan base. That's all I can say. And if you don't like it that I and Ben support our team, even through the bad times, if that makes us delusional fans, then you know what? I am more than happy to be delusional. But I'm going to support my team through good times and bad. I have no conditions on loving this team. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, it's the whole situation just a disappointment. It's one of those things that you know what you need to do in this game. You know what the formula is. And where was the formula yesterday?
Exactly. I mean yeah, go ahead.
It's mind-boggling, and I hate blaming people. I hate it. I hate doing that. But okay, look on the other game. What did Ohio State do to Clemson?
They took care of business. They oh. Wow.
They went to the air early and often. Okay, and towards the middle part of the game and into the fourth quarter, we finally started going to the air, and Alabama couldn't figure it out. Where was that in the beginning of the game? Why didn't we do that in the beginning of the game?
I agree.
Like, everybody has shown this year that you go to the air to beat Alabama. Alabama has a shaky secondary. They have like one really, really elite guy. Okay, well, that's one guy among what, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
I mean, their offensive line, their defensive line stout, and I get that. And most SEC teams have stout defensive lines. I mean, that's how it is. Georgia has a stout defensive line. Florida's got a stout defensive line. Alabama's got a stout defensive line. I get that. Okay, and Williams did fairly well yesterday. He came to play. He had a chip on his shoulder, and I'll give it to him. Okay, but why are we constantly running the ball? Why? Why is it, like we talked about in the preview, why is it that, it didn't work the 9 times, so we're going to try it the 10th and hope it works? Why? And then when you're actually down a whole bunch, you actually start to do what you need to do to win the game. It's too late. It's too late. I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it, and I hate blaming people, but Tommy Rees ain't cutting it. Sorry. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Look at what Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State do. They go to the air. Okay, what did Ohio State figure out years ago? Okay, we need to stop running the ball a million times over, because that's what Ohio State used to be. Okay, the Big Ten was a freaking place where you ran the ball. And granted, I mean, most teams are in the North in the Big Ten. You got bad weather. I get it. Okay, but to keep up with the pack, you have to go to the air. You have to create almost an air raid offense. Where is it?
I don't know, and that's the thing. People. Let me just say this, people. We do back our team. We support them, but of course we're gonna tell the truth as well. When things are going wrong, we're gonna make that clear. And Ben, you just did that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. What we saw yesterday was the same old dance, the same old song. That's just, it seems to be the repeat on the CD there. I mean, like you said, where are the damn adjustments? Why don't you just let it all hang out on the big stage? Why do you think that same old crap is going to work in a game like this? I don't know. I don't know the mindset. This is just like the ACC championship. I don't know what the hell the game plan was. Well, I guess a part of it I do. Try to go on long, time-consuming drives, which they did once. I'll give them that. But the offensive game plan sucked. I can't really be too hard on the defense because, let's face it, we knew that Alabama's offense was a juggernaut. That was going to be a challenge.
It had to do.
Yeah,
the score doesn't show how good the defense played. I mean, Najee Harris had some big gashes. Smith had some big gashes. But, okay, I mean, look at what Clemson did to Ohio State's defense. Look what Ohio State did to Clemson's defense. That's how it goes now. Okay, you're going to have big gains. And if you want to keep up, then you got to do that.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder if Brian Kelly doesn't hear what we're saying already amongst several other people, and it's just an ego thing involved. He's like, okay, you know what? I don't care what anybody else says. I'm going to do this anyway, even though it's not working.
And then, okay, to take it a step further, then that's on Ian Book too. Okay, if you see something, you're the field general. Okay, go up to the next level. Go to pro. Okay. The greatest field generals in pros make adjustments at the line. Okay? Wow, we were going to run the ball, and they're loading the box up. Okay, well, instead of saying, okay, coach, we're going to run the ball, even though they loaded the box up, let's go to the air. I can change the play call at the line of scrimmage because I'm the field general. And did Ian Book do any of that? No. Okay? No. Go against your coach. And I know it sounds stupid, but okay, you see what's on the field. You see this. You've studied this film. Okay, change the play call at the line of scrimmage. Make the adjustment. It's not just on the coaches to make the adjustments. It's on the players. Make that adjustment. Make a play.
And like you said, by the time they had this figured out, we were already down by 28 points. And, like we said in the preview, if you get down by a significant amount against this Alabama team, then it was going to be a long-ass day. That turned out to be the case. And I'm not taking anything away from Alabama. I'm not discrediting them. All right? They are a damn good football team, and I'm not...
How did Florida keep it a game?
Went to the air.
Went to the air. I mean, it's nothing against Alabama. We know what they are. We know they're good. They're good. I mean, you can't be in 6 of the 7 college football playoffs and not be good, okay? I mean, all the teams that were there yesterday are good. Notre Dame's good. The only thing Notre Dame has, the issue is winning on postseason games. I mean, Notre Dame plays a great regular season, but then we get into the postseason and it's like we don't know what's going on.
I mean, I don't think it's fear. I don't think they're afraid to be there. They're not nervous. It's just lack of adjusting. I probably said that a million times already in these first 11 minutes alone, but it's just there's no adjustment. None. The only adjustment I saw yesterday was from the defense because they did a hell of a lot better in that second half. Maybe, and again, I mean, granted, yeah, they still gave up. Let's see, what was it? I think we were down 21-7 at half. Yeah, okay, they only gave up 10 second half points to Alabama. Great adjustment. 10 compared to 21 in the first half. Okay, that's making the adjustments. But I said in the preview that if we wanted to have a chance at winning this game, we had to match score for score. We didn't do it, and it all goes back to this same lousy play calling, game plan, lack of adjusting. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say we did not deserve to be there, because if I said that, I'd be joining the idiots that have been, saying the last 2 weeks.
When I saw this on other, college football handles and stuff on Twitter. Okay, who else would you put there? Who, A&M that got blown out by Alabama? Who, Cincinnati, who, it took everything Georgia had to beat them, but at the same time, it's a Georgia team that had 3 losses, that didn't even make the SEC championship. I mean, what? So they can get blown out like Clemson did and like Notre Dame did?
Well, actually, I think Georgia only had 2 losses.
2, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're still going to get blown out. I mean, so, if you want to make an argument, then the only argument you can really make in this situation is expand the playoffs. And even then, I don't know if those teams can keep up with these teams.
That's pretty much what it comes down to, like you said, is just Alabama. And you could say Clemson too. They're just on top of the college football world right now. And obviously it shows we still have some work to do to narrow that gap, which there's some of it that is showing that we have narrowed it because, you look back at 2012, or technically 2013. I mean, let's see, that was 42-14 in that national championship game when we played Bama before. Yesterday it's 31-14. So, yeah, it's the margin of defeat is less, but at the same time it's still defeat.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to look at I'm just trying to look at the positives that did happen yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's a silver lining, if you will. Yeah, I mean, and it's I feel like Notre Dame doesn't have that killer mentality, where week in, week out, you go out with a chip on your shoulder. I mean, what's the talk of the town right now? What's the talk of the nation? Everybody's saying, look at the chip that Ohio State had on their shoulder. Look at what happened. Look what they did. Look what happens when you poke a bear. Okay? And what did we hear for the last 10 days coming into this game? Alabama's better. Alabama's going to wipe the floor with Notre Dame. Notre Dame doesn't deserve to be there. The exact same shit that everybody said about Ohio State. Ohio State doesn't deserve to be there. Clemson's going to wipe the floor with them. I even said Clemson was going to wipe the floor with them. I said 49-0. Okay? I'll put I'll eat crow. I'm glad Ohio State beat the crap out of Clemson. It's nice to see them humbled. It's nice to see, teams that talk all this trash get humbled.
Yeah.
It's nice to see it, and I agree with that. Where is our anger? Where is our frustration? Where's the, quote unquote killer mentality?
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I knew what the answer was, but all I can say is this: one angle that you can look at, or one area, I guess you could say. Even in that defeat, look at what Trevor Lawrence was still able to do in that game. That's what I would look at first. All the quarterbacks in the semifinals. Look at Justin Fields. Look at Trevor Lawrence. Look at Mac Jones. And look at what Ian Book has done compared to them. And I'm not trying to put all the blame on Ian Book, but it goes back to kind of what you were saying too about airing it out. Why do you think maybe we stuck too much to the run game? Could it be that Ian Book maybe doesn't have the arm that Fields or Lawrence or Jones do? Could it maybe be that he's not on that level? I don't know.
And see, that's what kills me is because Ian Book's first real big situation, if you will, was a bomb to Miles Boykin to beat LSU in a bowl game. A bomb. He had faith that Boykin would come down with that ball. Where's that faith now? Where is it? Where's the trust? Where's the, I'll do my thing. I'll let my line worry about their thing. I'll let the running backs and wide receivers do their thing, and we'll make a good play. Where is it? And I saw all day yesterday, I'm trying to do too much.
Ben, it's unbelievable that you're saying all this right now. I think this morning you probably had an out-of-body experience and were with my brother and I when we were having this conversation, because we talked about all the same exact things that you just mentioned right now. And that's I give my brother credit for this, because he told me something that I didn't really think about. Now look, I'm not taking anything away from Ian Book. I'm not dogging him. I'm not trashing him. But he's been with us for 4 years, a starter 3 of those years, and you look at his progress over those 3 years as a starter, because he only started half the season in 2017, right? And so you figured, that half season, we're not going to worry too much about that. We can improve in the off season. 2017, he's the set. Well. I'm sorry, 2018. I got my years mixed up. 2018, he's the set starter. And even then, his first full year starting, you figure, okay, he makes a mistake. He's not finding wide open receivers and all that stuff. Okay, we'll let that slide. It's his first full year starting. 2019, you expect him to get a little better. No, it's the same kind of thing. He's winning, he's making plays, but he's still missing a lot of wide open guys, still has the happy feet, not comfortable in the pocket. And by 2020, this year, well, technically last year, you expect that stuff to be worked out.
Yeah.
Because yesterday he was still doing a lot of the same things. Because when you go back and watch footage of that game, yeah, okay, fine. We knew Michael Mayer and Tommy Tremble, and the tight ends in general were going to be a big part of this game. We knew that. But at the same time, Ian was missing a lot of wide open guys because he wasn't even taking the time to look. Because there were a lot of times where if he just waited like a half second or a full second longer and actually looked, he would have a guy wide open that he could throw to. But no, he was getting too anxious, too much of the happy feet, too scared, and hence he ended up making mistakes. Just like the bad interception he threw on 2nd and 7. And you think that stuff would have been worked out by now. And I should probably invited my brother on to be on the show today, because this is really his thought, not mine. But it's something that I never saw before. But he's absolutely right. Ian missed a lot of wide open guys yesterday due to these same mistakes that haven't been fixed. You could yes, Ian deserves blame for that, because of course he's out there running the plays, he's running the offense. Part of that goes to coaching too.
Yeah, I mean, it's, football's a team sport, and, to put blame on one person is, not the right, I guess, way to go. But
it starts with the quarterback.
I have said it since the beginning of the season. To me, Drew Pine looks more calm in the pocket. He has less happy feet. He's more trusting, I guess is the right word, for everything else going on around him. And pocket's going to collapse. I mean, the pocket collapsed around Mac Jones yesterday. Our defense got in his face. Our defense got pressure. And what did he do? He slid outside. He made a nice little pass to Devonta Smith, a nice little screen pass to Najee Harris. And that was the other thing. Okay, we ran like one or two screens in that game, and they were big. Like, they were big plays.
Why do you not stick with that?
Why not do that more? Like, I just get the ball in your playmakers' hands any way possible. Okay? I mean, people are like, oh, well, screening's, dumb and all that. Okay, well, if it works, it works. Okay, who cares what critics have to say? Do what you got to do to win a game. If you got to go do what frickin' Denver did like 6-7 years ago with Tebow and not have him throw one frickin' pass in the entire game, and that's how you win the game, then do it. Or if you need to go to the air, go to the air. Who cares? Win the game. We're not playing for style points yesterday. We're playing to win a game and get into the title.
Yeah, you don't need the style points. You're already there to where you need to be. Just play the game.
Do what you got to do to win. Period.
And okay. It's like, and with Brian Kelly, I'm not jumping on the fire Brian Kelly. But why does he not learn from this? Why does he not get it? Look, he is a really, really good coach. People may not like him as a person, but he's a good coach. But I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. He is stubborn as hell. Very stubborn. Thinking that the same old crap is going to work. I'm not saying you have to do super flashy things, but change it up. And this goes to Tommy Rees, too. Get aggressive with the play calling. This is the big stage. No more dicking around. No more with this crap that doesn't work. Granted, it was only a little over a week, but they had more than enough time to prepare for this game. And I'm not saying that it would have been a guarantee win if we'd done all that, but it would have at least been probably not looked as bad as it did.
Yeah. And that was something that really the announcers drove me nuts yesterday, just because it was like constant Alabama praise. But one thing they said that really, really irked me in a bad way is that they go, well, this isn't Notre Dame's way of playing football. And what they were referencing was like, Notre Dame is really slow and methodical and eats up the clock and tries to make drives be really, really long and all that, as opposed to like attack. And it's like, okay, what are the three teams other than you doing in this national semifinal? Okay, they are attack. Not we're going to make it an 8-play, 9-play, 10-play, 15-play, 8-minute drive. No. We're going to take the home run immediately. We're not going to get base hits. We're going to hammer the ball out of the park.
Yeah.
And what did they do? Hammered the ball out of the park. And what's Notre Dame doing? Base hit. In a world where that doesn't work anymore. Kills me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just... It's disappointing. It's frustrating. And I don't know what else to say anymore. I'm literally at a loss for words. But I'll say this. We still deserve to be there yesterday. We earned it. And It was ugly, but I still love my guys. But,
Oh, I love them through and
but of
through.
course, you can't. You have to address the truth of how things are going. And right now, it's this. We're still trying the same old crap, and that's why we're not getting over the hump. And now people are going to say too, oh well, it's because of the players that we recruit. Well, I guess technically you could say that to some degree, but you can make anybody if you develop them the right way, you can make anybody into a 5-star.
I mean, look at Arkansas has a guy that's getting ready to go get drafted. The Arkansas Razorbacks, walk on.
Yeah. So
do we get Chris Fink? Everybody was a Chris Fink lover. Everybody loved Chris Fink. People remember that catch against Michigan where he went up and just took that ball away? Fink was a walk-on.
Yeah, so my point is the people
have a scholarship coming into that spring ball, into that training camp. Okay? So to say that recruits make or break a program, I can show you 5-star recruits that never did jack squat at Alabama. I can show you 5-star recruits that never did jack squat at Ohio State. I can show you 5-star recruits at any other place that don't do what they got to do.
And the reason I bring this up is because all the people, and I've heard this a lot in the last 24 hours, the people saying, oh, well, Notre Dame needs to lower its academic standards so we can get more of these top five-star recruit guys. No, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. We just got to execute the right game plan and do what we have to do on the field and on the sidelines with coaching. Because the plan that we have right now is not working. But all I can say is this. Regardless of what happened, this was still a great season. No, it didn't finish with a national championship or even just a win yesterday in a major bowl game. The haters get to laugh some more. The so-called realists in our fan base, they get to enjoy, being right and be actually happy that we lost and all that stuff. But still, though, 10 wins for the 4th consecutive year, which not even Newt Rockne was able to do. That does say something, but it's got to get to that next hump. And I think to get over that hump, it all starts with the quarterback. We gotta, hopefully Drew Pine, Tyler Buckner, one of those guys can be that guy, but we got to have an elite quarterback to run this offense.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that Ian Book is not good. I'm not saying that. But he's not elite. I don't know if you can really call him elite. I'm sorry, but like I said, what I said earlier, look at the other 3 quarterbacks in the semifinals. Look at the numbers they were putting up. I'm not saying Ian has never done that. Of course he has. But these guys do it consistently.
Yep.
We need a quarterback that starts with that's where it all starts. We need a quarterback who can do that. And again, it's not just the quarterback either. We need to fix this defense, particularly with the defensive backfield, and even in more particular, the corners. Okay, because Kyle Hamilton can't do everything himself back there.
No, he's one guy.
I mean, we were getting burned. We were getting burned like crazy.
Yeah.
And granted, that goes back to just Alabama being at a higher level. But if that's what we need to do, is we need to. It starts with the quarterback. Get an elite quarterback. Okay, you can get corners. You can find corners that are better, but it starts with the quarterback first and foremost. Do we already have that guy with Drew Pine or Tyler Buckner, who's going to be coming in with this freshman class? We'll just have to wait and see. But it's not like I'm going to be getting on the Fire Kelly bandwagon or anything like that. But even he deserves to be called out for his mistakes. So
yeah, his press conference yesterday irritated me a little bit, but it is what it is. I can't control any of that. So yeah, frustrating, an absolute joke, irritating, and the biggest absolute joke, I got to take one shot, is University of Michigan. I cannot tell you how many fans I saw yesterday talking trash to Notre Dame about that loss to Alabama. Okay? Killing me, man. You are absolutely killing me. What did you guys do in a season? Seriously. Like, what'd you do? Okay? Like, you're going to go and bring up a game from 2 years ago and say, well, we beat you guys. Okay, good for you. If that's, I mean, what? You've had one good win in the last, 10 years with that loser head coach and that loser program that you got? Give me a break.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've met some pretty nice Michigan fans, but the majority of them just suck. I mean, these are people who, you go to Notre Dame, and most of the people there will welcome you there and say, "Hey, welcome to Notre Dame. I hope you enjoy it here." No, and I know from experience from a family member telling me this, not my personal one, but they went to Ann Arbor one year, and those fans are throwing beer bottles at them.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, with that, Michigan has no room to be talking squat about anything, because especially when they're sitting at home and we're playing on the big stage.
Well, and if you want to take it a step further, their university was the reason that the Big Ten couldn't play football for the longest time. Michigan, they had to have a unanimous vote, and Michigan kept saying, "Nah, we don't want to play football. Scared, absolutely scared."
So anybody in Skunk Bear Nation can shut the hell up and keep their mouths shut, because they have no room to talk. 2019 they did, yeah, of course, because they beat us pretty handily. Not this year. No.
Nope.
So they just shut the hell up and they just have no room to talk. But yeah, so going forward, Ben, what's one thing? I mean, I talked about the quarterbacks and the defense. What's something in particular that you would like to see change? And hope
the offense going into what I call like hyper mode. Okay, you gotta attack. I love our running back core. I'm not gonna dog on them. Williams and Tyree, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Okay, but we haven't seen Jordan Johnson. We haven't seen Lindsey. Where are those guys at? Okay, and if we don't have them, Skowronek was still an amazing receiver. Okay, why aren't we airing it out more? Air the ball out more. Okay, I'm not saying like we need to be a legit air raid where like we run the ball one play the entire game, but you need a little more aggressive approach, in my opinion, because that's how college football is.
And I'm glad you brought that up too, Ben, with Jordan Johnson, because we addressed this in the preview and some other videos before that, but that's something that really has pissed me off with Brian Kelly. Get these young guys on the field. Get these freshmen on the field.
Well, and this year we had an excuse to put them on the field. We had an excuse. Everybody gets an extra year of eligibility. Everybody gets an extra year. So you don't have to worry about burning a red shirt. You don't have to worry about that. Put them in these games. Get them experience. Play them.
Have them learn the system. Get them experience with getting familiar with that system. And even before COVID, there was a rule put in place where red shirts
can play X amount of games.
Yeah, they can play 5 games. 5 games. So that's one annoying thing with him, is he just automatically puts a red shirt on this kid. Okay, fine, you can put the red shirt on him, but play him in the games that you can. And like you said, this year was no excuse. And you know what? If Jordan Johnson was out because of the punch that he threw on that guy during the South Florida game, okay, I get keeping him out for like 2 or 3 games or whatever. Not this point in the season. That is a guy who should have been on the season or been on the field a long time ago. And why he's not in, I will never know. But Kelly screwed that one up big time, and he deserves criticism for that.
Yeah, I mean, we've had mention of that situation, where maybe his grades are not where they want it to be. Okay, but if he's not academically ineligible, then why is he not playing? Okay, I mean, I remember in high school, coach, because our coach, he stressed academics. I mean, he did. I remember him being like, okay, you guys are messing up in the classroom. I'm catching wind, all this. I'm mad, all that. But he wouldn't bench his best player just because of grades. I don't understand this. I don't. Like I said, if you're not academically ineligible, why are you not being activated?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. A D is still passing. It just means you're not good at that subject. But you can always improve on a below average grade. But that's another topic.
Yeah.
But it's
So
like,
anyway, that's what I think needs to happen. I mean, that's and to be honest with you, until Notre Dame becomes very, very aggressive, they're going to struggle in these big games because they're not going to be able to keep up. And these big games are going to have high-powered offenses. I mean, that's just the culture shift right now. I mean, it's not that I want Notre Dame to struggle. It's the proof's in the pudding. I mean, if you can't keep up with these high-powered offenses and you can't match them, yard for yard, then the result's going to be the same.
I mean, and this is getting old. It's been too long since a major bowl win, too long since a national championship, and it's the mindset has to change, the game plan has to change. You got to start getting aggressive, and that's really all I can say. I'm just at this point, I'm just
Notre Dame aired out against Clemson in November. Look at those massive plays that we had against Clemson. Yeah. Granted, the 67-yard run or whatever it was by Williams, I get that skews the numbers. I get it. But do we forget about the 3 or 4 major catches that we had against Clemson in that November game? Did we any of those catches against Alabama? Did we even make an attempt to have those kinds of catches against Alabama?
Where did all that go?
Did we make that attempt in the ACC title game against Clemson?
No. None. Not until it was too late. Then I just waited until garbage time to start doing it. Yeah. Where was it from the start? Where was that yesterday? I mean, come on, to this coaching staff. Get it figured out. It's not hard. Quit being stubborn and try something different.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, my old high school who was always staunch about running that wing T formation, which, with the 3 running backs and constantly run. Even they're going to be going to an RPO offense this upcoming season, which, we're playing our season this year in February.
Yep. Here in Illinois, we're playing spring ball.
Yeah, exactly. But the bottom line is that program never used to be a shot. Geneseo and shotgun never used to go in the same sentence. Now they are. We're going an RPO. Our coaches figured it out.
You got to keep up with the times.
So, yeah. But look, we're almost at 40 minutes, dude. I didn't expect that.
Anger and frustration.
Yeah. But we're not, don't think that we're trying to bitch this whole video, guys. We give Alabama all the credit in the world, and I wish them nothing but good luck against Ohio State. I hope they crush Ohio State. But since this is the end of the season for us, we want to take this time to thank all of you who have supported this show, supported Ben and I, and just thank you guys for such a great first season. This has been a wonderful experience, and despite the frustration, Ben and I hope to keep doing this for a while. So thank you guys so much.
Yep, thank you for everything.
Yeah, and we're going to continue to grind. We're going to continue to do stuff in the off season. We have some other plans that we're still working on getting sorted out, but like I just said, Ben and I gotta talk about that, but we have some cool surprises in store for you guys, so you're not gonna want to miss it going forward.
Yep.
So yeah, Ben, anything else you'd like to add?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, guys, despite what happened yesterday, we're proud. Ben and I couldn't be more proud of this team for keeping the fight going despite all the talk, even from our own fan base and the negativity there, and we're proud of them. Couldn't be any more proud. So on that note, I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
We are the 2 Irish brothers. And as always, God bless, good night, and go Irish, even win or lose. These are our guys.
Go Irish. Love thee.